What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I had a lot of comments asking to show how to properly lay your horse down, and today I'm going to be using Lenny because he doesn't know the lay down, and I didn't want to show y'all with Rango, who has the lay down pretty spot on. So I'm going to start today with Lenny. He has never done this before. I have no idea how he's going to react to it, so I thought it'd be a great time to use him as the example today. So I want to say the first thing, he already acts like he wants to lay down. I promise I haven't taught him this before. The first thing is to get a really good backup, because that's the key to getting them to, he's pretty sensitive, so as you can see, he backs up, goodness, I can't speak, pretty sensitively, which is really good. If you have a really stubborn horse, you got to work on getting that back up really nice. They're not going to want to back up when their foot's in the air, like I'm going to show you. There are a lot of different ways you can teach the lay down. This is just what I've always done. There are ways you can do by tapping the leg, and once they put their head down and then they pick their foot up and so forward. I honestly use, a lot of people don't like this, but I'm going to use the lead rope and I'm just going to hold it. And that's how I've always taught the horses in the past, using ropes. It works fastest and easiest for me. Not saying it's going to work well for every horse, but that's just what has worked best for me in the past. So that's what we're going to start off by doing. I'm going to put this around Lenny's foot. I want to get him to pick it up and just get him nice and relaxed, and then I'm going to start the backing up. First thing I'm going to do is put this around Lenny's leg. I'm going to put it right underneath him. I'm going to ask him to pick up that foot. Once it's there, the hardest part is going to be holding it there. You don't want, now for a while, it's going to take a lot of getting used to. Not saying you're going to get to lay down immediately. Some horses may pick up on it really fast, some horses may not. And it also depends on how much time you're willing to spend on it. But you're probably going to see me drop his leg because I'm not very good at holding it, but I'm going to try. But I'm going to hold his leg up, and now you're going to ask him to back up. Now I've seen horses start hopping that don't handle it too well, and the key is just going with them. Don't let them release whenever they do the wrong thing. So I'm going to ask him to back up a little bit. Good. There he goes. That was a good step. So I released him. He started to want to go the other way too. So I'm going to pet him. That was good. Now I'm going to start backing up a little bit more. He's like, what the heck? I'm tapping his shoulder and I'm clucking to him. Good. He took a step back, so I released. He isn't really sure what's happening with his leg. So I'm just gonna relax. I don't want him to think this is a stressful situation. I want him to be relaxed while doing it and not panic. So it's okay, we're gonna take one step at a time. I'm not in a big rush to get this down, so one step at a time is just fine with me. He does seem like he's pretty interested. He is wiggling his nose in the sand. He might have been watching Rango do this. Oh, he's actually just eating. Typical. I want you to back up another step, Lenny. Good. He started to lean. Good. 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 Ask for another step. You can see he was pretty sensitive when I didn't have his foot up, and now he's kind of like, I don't really want to do this. But I'm just going to keep holding it, keep asking. Consistency is key. Good boy. Good boy. I almost let it go. I didn't, but I almost did. He's just trying to find the right answer. He's not sure what to do right now. Good boy. I like that he reached to the ground. That was really good. Scratch on him, let him know that was good. I don't have treats with him because he's pretty mouthy already, so I don't want him to think. Now, once we start actually like laying down and to hold it longer, I'll start giving him rewards. But right now, his reward is going to be scratches. Good boy. That was good. He reached for the ground better that time. I like that. And he's a pretty fast learner. Good boy, good boy. That was good. Okay, so I'm going to kind of talk y'all through what I am doing in this clip. I'm not really sure what I'm saying right here, but I kept working with the rope, getting him to back up, and it started out pretty good, but he started getting irritated and more antsy, and I want him to remain calm. I don't want this to be a stressful situation for him. I want him to like to lay down. So you're going to see as we go on with this video, he starts to do more hopping, and he starts getting antsy and really just getting irritated with the idea of it. And so I actually ended up on just stopping him on a good note with that and trying something completely different, which you're going to see in this next clip. Okay, so I just want to say, and yes, I am in my pajamas right now making this video while editing this with a sore throat, so I'm sorry for my voice. But I just want to say all the hopping you saw in that last clip is completely normal. And it's nothing to worry about if you're trying this and your horse starts hopping. Don't worry about it. It's completely normal. Every horse I've ever done the lay down with hops at least once. They're just trying to find the right answer. They don't know what we're asking of them, so they're just trying to figure it out too. However, I know how Lenny is as a horse. He gets worked up pretty easy, so I didn't want this to be something that made him not want to lay down because he's too worked up for it. I wanted this to be an enjoyable experience for him, something he looks forward to and wants to do whenever we come into the arena. And so I actually decided to do something completely different, something I've never done before, which is what you're about to see in this clip. Okay, so while I was thinking about the best way to approach this with Lenny, it was really hot. It's been in the 80s and the 90s every day, so I thought what better time to use to my advantage than using the weather to help me teach him to lay down. And what I mean by that is I hosed Lenny off, and he was already a little sweaty, so I'd already worked him for the day. So if your horse is sweaty and they're hot or they just had a bath, they always automatically want to lay down. Any chance they get to get muddy, they want to take. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go hose Lenny off, get him wet. He's going to be thinking in his head how he wants to lay down, and I'm going to use that to my advantage. Now, Lenny has no idea what I'm asking of him, and so I'm really just letting him figure this out on his own. And he's wet. He's going to look for a spot to want to lay down. And while he's walking around, I'm not making him go in a certain spot. I'm letting him just kind of explore. I'm tapping his shoulder a little bit, and I'm still clucking to him. And I want him to go find a place to roll, and when he does, I will reward him. Now, eventually, further down the line, you're going to see the more I do this, the quicker he's going to pick up on it. He's going to lay down, he's going to get rewarded. And then he's going to start putting my cue together with that. Now, this is not something that I did for 5 minutes and then turned him back in the pasture, went and rode him. I think this day I spent probably 30-45 minutes with him in the arena, and I got to the point where I know he was looking for a spot, and he has never laid down with me, so I was just letting him find his spot, and you can see he went to roll. And as soon as he laid down, I started petting on him, even though he wasn't really sure what I was doing, but I just wanted him to know that was good. He was supposed to do that, so I was loving on him. I let him do his roll. I was going to see if he wanted to stay down, but he got right up, which is completely fine with me because he doesn't know what I'm asking. But I just went ahead and pet him, let him know that was good. He acted like he wanted to go again, so I just went with it, which he did. He wanted to roll on the other side, so I tried pulling him up to see if he would just lay there, and he didn't really like that, but it's okay. I wasn't really expecting much. At this point, just trying to play around with things. And I petted on him again, let him know that was good, and we continued to see if he was wanting to lay down anymore. A few minutes passed, and he started acting like he was ready to go down, so I just kind of stayed out of his way. You can kind of see I was tapping his shoulder. I'm still doing my cue. I petted on him a little bit, and I'm just going to let him roll, let him know that this is what I wanted. And I was trying to pet him while he did it, but he was kind of busy scratching. And it is totally okay with me that he didn't want to just be scratched on while he was rolling. Roll on cue. However, I made the cue while he was rolling. I have actually never seen anyone hose off their horse in hopes they rolled, but when things don't work, you just got to make new things that do. If I were to just stick with the leg up thing, he would have got it. It's all about time and consistency. I was trying to get really all today I was wanting him was to touch his knee to the ground, which he did, which is why I stopped. And then I was like, you know what, go roll, do your own thing, whatever you want to do now. He got it. He's just walking around. Don't you leave, though. He got it and started rolling on his own, which was good. And so while he was rolling, I put in the tap cue, and then I did my sound. So maybe tomorrow when I come back and do the same thing, he's going to remember that sound, remember he was rolling when it happened. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. It's day 2 of trying to get Lenny to lay down on command. Today I actually have treats. As you can see, I have like a little treat pocket there because I don't have actual pockets. So this is what we use as a redneck style of things. Anyway, I went ahead and hosed him off just to help me want to enforce that because I know he's going to want to roll. And when he does roll, I'm going to add that sound, cue, and give him treats. So I took Lenny to the same spot he rolled yesterday, and I kind of figured he would want to roll in the same spot, so I just let him go over, find a spot. He did. He started to roll. I grabbed the treats out of my little pocket, and I just started giving to him so he could think about treats while he was laying there and just be okay with laying there. And me being over him, petting on him, telling him he's a good boy, all the things, and he did really well. It took about 11 minutes before he actually went down. There were a lot of walking around, stopping, looking into the distance, all kinds of things. I'm not saying that we walked in and he just laid down immediately because that's not how it was. It took time, and I just kind of let him do his thing. It's day 3 now, and I'm not even going to lie. Today took so much longer than the past 2. I think it took me 45 minutes of him walking around. He kept getting distracted, and to be honest, I was getting aggravated. He was getting aggravated. But needless to say, he did lay down and roll. I was in a really bad position when he went down. I was too close to the rail for my liking, so I didn't really go and be able to pet him. I was just kind of staying out of the way in case he did roll over, and then once he got up, I decided to go in then and pet and scratch him and let him know that's what I wanted. We're on day 3 now, and Lenny automatically knew what to do when coming in the arena. He went straight to his spot. I moved a little too fast and gave him treats before he laid down, so he ended up just getting up. But it looked like a cool little bow, but I was still pretty excited about it. It didn't take long for him to go find another spot to lay down, and he went down this time for real. Rolled. I gave him some treats, as you can see. While he was looking, I still had that cue, so I still want him to think about that cue while thinking about going down. He got up. Sorry for my camera moving. I rewarded him, let him know he did a good job. I gave him some more treats, and we're on to day 4. Day 4, I got to give it to Lenny. He went straight in the arena and found his spot, and it was pure chaos at the barn. There was a tractor, the lawnmower, they were working on stuff, banging. It sounded like bombs going off. It was crazy, and he still didn't hesitate to go down. Listen to me. He kind of got stuck right here. I was giving him treats, and he got a little distracted, but he stayed down probably the longest he has out of all the days. And yes, it was because I was giving him treats, but I don't care. He's going to get the hang of this the more I do it, and I was really proud of how he has done this and picked it up, especially with me not being able to do it every day back to back. I wasn't quite as consistent as I would like to be, but I am super excited for how he has handled it all, and we are still working on this every day, so I'm really excited to see where it goes. I just want to say that you do not have to do this with your horse. This is not like the only way to do this. There are so many different ways you can teach your horse something all over the internet. This is just what worked best for Lenny and me. I have done different things with different horses to get the same result, but this happened to work out really well with Lenny, and he's getting it down pretty fast. Now that he understands what I'm asking when we go into the arena, he's getting it down a lot faster, and I'm asking him to hold the lay down position instead of rolling and holding it up and staying down longer. And I'm asking him to go find a spot a lot faster, more so than walk around 5 minutes, because I want him to start picking up on my cue and knowing exactly what I want. That being said, I hope to see y'all do this with your horses. If you get your horse to lay down, please tag me. I would love to see it. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. I would be glad to answer them. Let me know what other kind of videos y'all would like to see. And if you get your horse to lay down, please tag me in the video. I would love to watch it. It would make my day. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means the world.